Hello and welcome to Channels Book Club. I am Olakunle Kasumu. The year is fast running out, and as usual, we are already compiling our top 20 Nigerian books of the year. Our top 20 books always consist of 10 fiction and 10 non-fiction titles. We'll be delighted to get your suggestions on the books that absolutely have to be on our list in your opinion. Please send us your favorite titles or list through any of our social media platforms on your screen. And look out for our final list on the last episode of this show in 2019. Today, we have two interesting things for you. First is the book convention we attended in Dallas, Texas, and the other is a book tour organized by the Nigeria Liquefied Natural Gas Company for the 2019 winner of the Nigeria Prize for Literature. But let's start with the convention. Stay with us. We recently attended the Bouchercon convention in Dallas, Texas, with the winners of the Channels Book Club's Prize for Literature. During the last episode, we showed you how the trip of the girls went generally, and we'll be showing you more in subsequent episodes. But for now, how did the convention itself go? Here's a Bouchercon experience.
Thank you.
No, these are some treasure. I brought treasure.
Bouchercon 2019. It's a convention of crime fiction. Authors, fans, publishers, reviewers, booksellers, and editors who love the crime fiction genre meet for days of panels, discussions, book signings, and fun. This year's edition is the 50th.
Texas. Stanford isn't the place.
First Bouchercon I came to.
Made popular by legendary characters like Sherlock Holmes, Dr. Watson, and Hercule Poirot, among others, the mystery or crime fiction novel is often all about a serious crime committed, with a criminal unknown to all, until a detective brilliantly unravels the case. Bouchercon was conceived in 1969 and was named after Anthony Boucher, a pen name for William Anthony Parker White, who had written a series of successful crime fiction novels before his death in 1968. Since Bouchercon was formed, writers and lovers of mystery stories have gathered under its umbrella to meet, network, learn, and generally enjoy one another's company at a designated city, usually in the United States of America. For 2019, the place was Dallas, Texas, a city whose beauty and charm are untarnished by the tragic assassination of President John F. Kennedy in 1963. Over 1,700 people attended, and the special guests included iconic writers like Peter Lovesey, Deborah Crombie, and James Patterson, who was invited as a distinguished contributor to the crime fiction genre. It's interesting to see the community of mystery writers being built up here. Over the many years, writers who write the genre, mystery genre, meet together to rub minds, to share experiences, to share their works, and to basically engage in building their talents, developing their talents rather, and building their community. Writers from across America and beyond come together and commune together every single year at this conference called Bouchercon. This is the 50th anniversary of the conference. So for the last 50 years, this has been going on consistently.
As the story progressed, I knew I needed a detective to come to the house and find the children, and I wanted it to be somebody who...
The panel sessions lacked nothing in terms of qualitative panelists, exceptional writers who have made crime fiction globally loved.
Is one of the few original things I have seen where I feel authentically drawn into a world I know nothing about.
So this is one of the typical panel sessions at the Bouchercon convention. I mean, this is one of the, not too many people in this particular one, but it's a typical setup where the panelists are on the table and the guests are listening, and there is an interactive session questions and answers. So this happens in multiple halls simultaneously. It can get really interesting at times, particularly when the subject is engaging and the panelists are in the mood for it. Then go and join them.
After this, for half an hour for sign-up.
They've had issues like that before.
And such panels were not limited to the Hyatt Hotel where the convention was hosted. This one, for instance, was hosted at Dallas's popular half-price bookstore, bringing together some of the best contemporary crime fiction writers.
And I've had the great privilege of being friends with Peter Moore. Peter is the longest held hostage in Iraq, almost 1,000 days. Spending hours and hours talking to Peter about his experience from being chained to a radiator and having a cracked wall beside him. And he was able to create an entire train system in his mind using that cracked wall that he was able to replicate on paper when he came back home. And the fact that he was able to negotiate for small luxuries like toilet paper and toothpaste with the guards, and just learning how he handled them, but using his scout experiences. And as well, just immersing myself into that world and almost vicariously understanding what Peter's gone through. I try and integrate all that into the books. And you'll never guess the guards that were, supervising Peter during his almost 1,000 days. I'll never guess what their favorite TV show was. Prison Break. Such irony.
And there was time for book signings. Behind me here is a book sales zone designed specifically for the convention. People stream in here to find books that they want. If you're a mystery or crime fiction fan, usually it's an eye-popping experience to be here. The prices are often good. Authors who are guests of the convention have their books here. Authors who are not part of the convention also have their books here. But if you are looking for something mystery, something crime fiction, you will likely find what you're looking for in here.
Let me snap a picture of you.
What about a movie?
The winners of the Channels Book Club Prize for Literature 2019 were guests at Bouchercon, and the girls added to the rich international flair of the convention. Of course, for young writers, a convention with a long list of accomplished writers is somewhere to find inspiration. The quality of writers at the Bouchercon convention is exceptional. If you're familiar with mystery, crime fiction genres, then you will appreciate the writers that are here at this convention. And for the girls, meeting some of them was in many ways life-changing. Novelists don't come bigger than James Patterson, for example, who has written close to 200 novels and has sold over 300 million copies. The girls met with James Patterson and they met with David Morrell. David is the author of First Blood, which led to the Rambo franchise. Remember, First Blood, the first of the Rambo series titled First Blood came from David Morrell's book titled First Blood. So meeting some of these authors, Mark Cameron and McGraney and Kimberly Howard and so many of them, it's really difficult to describe, the joy, they had from those experiences.
One of the things we're doing, my wife went to Wisconsin.
At one of the Bouchercon sessions, David Morrell led a chat with James Patterson.
We now have 500, it's hard to believe, 500 original television series on the air because of Amazon and Netflix and Hulu and cable when I heard this number, I said, that isn't true. I went through and counted. It's amazing. We are about to have Apple, Disney, AT&T, NBC Universal, and further streaming services that will finally have so much television, as the head of AMC said, you can't possibly watch that much television, but people are trying.
Yeah, I don't know that the enemy is totally television, but and sports huge,
Yeah.
but also this.
Yeah.
I mean, just massive, and this, and it, you know, I mean, it's. I'm not. I don't like to make value judgments on what other people do, but you just. It's amazing me. You'll see 4 high school kids, they're friends, and each one is. They're walking along the street with each other, and each one has a thing in their face, which is, I don't know. God bless them in some way, but it seems insane to me.
It was excellent, yeah.
The spirit of a convention like Bouchercon promotes friendship and helps writers who, based on the nature of their craft, tend to be solitary. Writing is a very solitary career or profession, and those who take up the challenge of writing novels always talk about how challenging, how daunting the task is to put a story together, the plots, the characters, and everything. So it's nice to see writers' conventions because the writers come together, network, share ideas, share their stories, and they find a lot of joy coming together. And seeing the story of Bouchercon, which has lasted for over 50 years. 50 years of getting writers, bringing writers and authors and publishers together is really, really amazing. Overall, Bouchercon 2019 was worthwhile for guests.
It has been a wonderful experience. It's just terrific to meet other authors, but it's terrific to hear from readers too, to hear what they're looking for, and to hear about new publishing trends, to just to talk about mysteries, which I think everybody who's here loves.
Okay. How does this help authors like yourself, conventions like this?
It makes some great connections. Today, I just learned about an anthology that's accepting stories through the end of January, and it seems right up my alley. So I hope to write a story and submit to maybe be published in the new year.
And for the organizers, it was a mixture of relief and fulfillment.
I'm relieved, and all the reports are good, that everybody's had a good time. There's not been any major failures. We're on budget. So I think it's about perfect.
Okay, and what do you think about the turnout? Are you encourage the authors, writers? It's been fantastic, really.
Yeah, it really has been fantastic. I had hoped for 2,000, and I think we got about 1,700. But there are, there were many factors. The political situation in Texas and the fires in California kept some people from coming, and just. It is what it is. You take what you get, and you love every minute of it.
Came in a jean jacket. I was expecting.
For writers, aspiring writers and readers, literature conventions provide incredible platforms for networking, fun, inspiration, and personal development. It just often comes down to how well they are organized. Bouchercon 2019 ticked the boxes.